This is Matthew Tallarini from World Baseball Network, here with amateur filmmaker and diehard Israel fan, JP Michaels. JP, how does it feel to be here in West Palm Beach?
First of all, thank you for having me. It's incredible. I've been here. I arrived on Monday morning, and everything has just been a dream, and the games haven't even started yet. The games that count haven't even started yet.
And what would you say about the film you saw the other night with the hype video leading up to what's at stake come Sunday, the first game of the Classic?
Are you talking about the hype video or the Israel documentary?
Well, but let's combine it both.
Well, the hype video was terrific, but the Israel documentary, which is a sequel to Heading Home that was made after they did the 2017 World Baseball Classic, it was absolutely outstanding. What they did was they got 5 cameras and gave them to the players while they were at the Olympics, and then they put together some other footage, and they did the whole story of after they finished the World Baseball Classic all the way up to the end of the Olympics. I started tearing up like 10 minutes into the movie, and it was emotional all the way to the end. It was really beautifully done.
And also coinciding with JP Michaels' intro, he's involved on the World Baseball Classic 2023 Facebook page. That has grown astronomically from the hype of the pandemic and now to the stage of the World Baseball Classic that us as reporters, alongside being fans, have waited 6 years. What is it just like to just push the sport, centralize the sport, and let alone just funnel in the information that we see consistently on that Facebook group?
Well, it's an honor to be a part of it. I've made some key connections. I'm friends with Peter Kurtz, the general manager of Team Israel, friends with Eric Holtz, the manager of Israel's Olympic team, and I've met some people with MLB. I got to do a shout out to Mike Sosa and Sergio Morales, though. Sergio created the site. If you scroll down all the World Baseball Classic 2023s on Facebook, and there's a ton of them, hardly any of them have 1,000 members at all. We have 162,000, and Sergio created it, and Mike was really the guy who started the numbers rolling. We were at 500 for 2 years, and then he went after the Latin American market, sharing everything he possibly can. The numbers started to skyrocket, and we may reach 200,000 before the end of the tournament.
Yeah, and it's good to see the growth. I mean, I would love to just see us baseball fans coming together, even if it's merchandise, podcast segments. A lot of business inquiries can be involved in this, and for sure to help players that need this path. I mean, Israel is here on the map, and let alone there's many complexes that are blossoming throughout Israel. What is it just like to just see the forecast of what the country is going to be upheld with the sport?
Well, it's incredible because in 2016 there was only one baseball field in all of Israel. They've completed the field for Ezra, and they're working on a third field right now. As of 2016, there was only roughly about 1,000 people in the whole of Israel, most of them expats, playing baseball. They now have close to 1,000 children registered in the International Association of Baseball in Israel. And in 2020, the same year as they qualified for the Olympics, the U18 team with entirely an Israeli-born roster made it out of the B pool in the European Under-18 Championship for the first time. So it's going to reach the point at some point where they're going to be playing with mostly Israeli players instead of a lot of American-born players who should be playing. They're playing for their heritage. There's nothing wrong with American-born Jews playing for Team Israel, but their ultimate goal, and they're definitely heading in that direction, is to have a team of almost entirely Israeli-born players.
And what would you say is the biggest crossover? Eric Holtz has helped so much of this program, got the team from 2019 in Europe to go to Tokyo. Due to the height of the pandemic, that was going to be scheduled, stopped, and then resumed in 2021. How has Eric Holtz been such a mentor to the Israel program from top to bottom, along with his academy in Westchester County?
Well, it's just, to put it into perspective, he brought a team to Bulgaria. They had to win 4 tournaments in order to get to the Olympics. They were not predicted to win any one of those tournaments. And not only did they win, but in the qualifiers, they beat 3 teams from the European Championship that they lost to, who were ranked higher than them. Then he got to the Olympics. They lost the first game by 1 run to Korea, but they also lost their starting pitcher, Jonathan Moscott, in the first inning. He blew out his UCL. His career was over, and they had to fight back from that, and they came within 3 outs of making it to the medal round. That is absolutely extraordinary. I also got to put a shout out to Peter Kurtz, because he was the man who was smart enough to recognize everybody else was telling him you got to build from the ground up. with the youth. You can only do that if you have the funding and you have the support of the government in the programs. They didn't have that, so Peter started from the middle, and he started building teams that could actually compete and could qualify for the teams. They can play under the heritage rule, and as a result, they qualified in 2016 for the World Baseball Classic, beat 4 consecutive top 10 ranked countries in the World Baseball Classic. That's how they got the money to fund the Israel team for the Olympics. So Peter Kurtz is just as big a hero in this story as Eric Holtz.
And the approach Israel is now going to pillar through the Dominican Republic. I mean, they've been doing a lot of academy sectors. Yeah. It's been great to see.
Coming up on Tuesday.
Right. And they've been traveling throughout the country. I mean, through what they've been doing, separate sectors of their travel tour through academies. What does it mean to just landscape Israel? From Hank Greenberg, Sean Green, and so many other pioneer Israeli players. Sandy Koufax, one of the greatest pitchers of all time, easily.
Well, it's just, I'm not Jewish, as you know. I don't know if they can hear me with the sound, but I'm not from Israel, as you know. I'm not Jewish, but this whole thing is about bringing acceptance for all people, not just Jews, acceptance for all people, but it starts with Israel. The road goes through Israel to this journey, and with Israel's success, inspiring young kids to play, it's what the World Baseball Classic and International Baseball is about.
Well, we could talk all day, JP. We probably could just have a full-blown segment for just a good amount of time. But anyways, Israel's about to kick off the last exhibition game before they play Sunday. So let's get after it. Let's see some baseball. Let's see what the field and product is.
Yeah, I'm excited about it. We've already seen a ton of great games in the World Baseball Classic that count because they started in Japan and Chinese Taipei. We've already seen some incredible games, and except for Japan, none of the powerhouses have even played yet. Israel hasn't played yet. Maybe they're going to shock the world again. There's just a lot of exciting stuff coming up.
All right, well, without any ado, amateur screenwriter JP Michaels, forum group leader of the World Baseball Classic 2023 Facebook page. My name is Matthew Tallarini from World Baseball Network. This is an amazing time frame to be here in West Palm Beach, the last day for Israel to plateau its success into the powerful end of Pool D with Venezuela, the Dominican Republic, Puerto Rico, and Nicaragua. I mean, it's going to be amazing. We waited 6 years. Can we get a cheer? Can we get a woohoo?
Go Israel!
Oh, we'll get a go Israel. All right. Without any ado, I'll recite myself again. Matthew Tallarini from World Baseball Network here at West Palm Beach, Florida.
Thank you, Matt.